Was it always a spiky relationship, though? I mean, you said you loved him, and that love comes through in the book. Did he love you?
Yeah, I think he did, actually.
Did he?
We'll check. Just excuse me for a moment. John, come on, baby, did he? Yes. No, I think he did, yeah. It wasn't actually a spiky relationship at all. It was very warm, very close and very loving, I think. All the Beatles. Quite genuine, I think we really did, and I still do. But the business thing came right in the middle of it, and the lawyers came along with the business thing. And I talked to John many years later, because the great saving grace was we did put our relationship back together.
You did, I mean, that's...
Thank God for that, because I don't know what I'd do now with him gone if we hadn't. I think I would be sort of racked with all sorts of guilt. But we did. And one of the first things he said when we met after the breakup, when things had calmed down, he said, do they try and put you against me like they put me against you? Do they try and do that? I said, by golly, they do. He said, yes, that's good. Good to know. He said, because they're always trying to pit me against you. But we did put our relationship back together, and it was lovely, because we talked the last couple of years of his life when he just had Sean. We could now talk about babies.
Because he didn't know how to handle kids, did he?
It was one of the saddest things. We once went on a holiday, and Julian was along, his first son. The kind of family I'm from in Liverpool, there was always babies. You were being thrown a baby to jiggle on your knee. It wasn't anything precious. We were very tactile, I think, my family. I always imagine it like a bit of an Italian sort of thing. John didn't know that, and I didn't realise any of that till much later in our relationship. You don't talk about that stuff when you're teenage and you're in a group. But we were on this holiday, and I would be bored with the adults, because, they're just sitting around getting drunk or whatever, which was fun for a while. But I'd get bored, so I'd go off with Julian, and we would be on a boat, and I'd be like, okay, now, I'm a pirate, and you're just an Indian, and I'm going to get you, okay. And I'd just go into the fantasy world, and he'd go, okay. And so the two of us would be running around this boat and stuff with all the adults and next door, And John saw this once, and he came up to me, he said, how do you do that? And I felt like crying, It was like, God, I can't tell you. It's just years of having babies thrown at me, or being a kid, or playing with kids. It was just something my family taught you. Whereas his, with his dad leaving home when he was 3, and his mum not living with him, I would go with him to visit his mum. I would be John's moral support. When we'd go together, we'd see his mum, and he idolised his mum. But then again, she got knocked over by an off-duty policeman who was a learner driver or something. It was terrible, tragic stuff. I was just very, very fortunate to have this sort of rather stable, warm Liverpool family. And in talking to John later, he had none of that. So he had to fend for himself. So that was the basis of John's acerbic wit.
Yes.
He was always having to use it.